Hi friends, it's Quenby, the Grateful Queen, here on YouTube. And today I'm having kind of a pop-up live show. It is Monday, June 29th, 2020. It feels awfully strange because I usually do my live show at 5 p.m. every Friday night, and now it's noon on Monday. So I thought I would come and talk to you about something I get a lot of questions about, and that is selling on eBay. I have been selling on eBay for 9 years. I'm primarily a clothing reseller. So I sell, I guess, a fashion reseller. I sell babies, kids, men's, women's clothing, and accessories. So I sell clothing, jewelry, belts, shoes. So I have experience selling those things. So that's what I can mostly talk about from the perspective of a clothing reseller. But I've also sold a lot of other things over the years. I've sold books, I've sold some household stuff. So I have experience, about 9 years of experience selling on eBay, and it's one of the things I get the most questions about. I did put something out on Instagram, seeing what questions people have. So I have a general idea of what questions people have about eBay that I can speak to you about. We can talk about shipping. We can talk about eBay fees, eBay returns, eBay titles. These are the things that people seem the most concerned about over on eBay. So I want to give us a minute. I'm just going to chat for a minute to I see people just starting to get the notification that I'm live and starting to come into the chat. I see Grandma Glennis here. Hello, my friend. So hopefully we'll have a few people that come onto the chat. I see people just starting to come on. I know this is weird for my regulars because it's not Friday at 5 when everybody knows, come on over to the channel. I'm doing kind of a pop-up. And this video actually came out of last Friday's live show that I do live at 5 every Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific on the channel, where people had a lot of questions about eBay. And I said, should we just do a show all about eBay? And people are like, yeah, let's do it. I also put out on Instagram, does anybody have any questions about eBay? So I did write a few things down. I've got some guidelines about what questions people have and what they want to talk about. But I'd love to hear from those of you starting to come into the chat. Hi, friends. I would love to hear, do you sell on eBay? If so, for how long have you been selling on eBay, and what do you sell? If you don't currently sell on eBay, why not? What is stopping you from selling on eBay or another platform? I'd love to get a check-in from you about what your experience is selling on eBay. Why or why not do you sell on there? What questions do you have? Any concerns anybody has that we can maybe talk about? I'm hoping, I see some experienced sellers starting to come into the chat. So hopefully you'll be able to help with our discussion. But if you could help me out, it would be great if you could tell me, do you sell on eBay? For how long have you been selling? What do you sell? What questions do you have? What struggles do you have? And I'm going to be turning to you in the chat to find out some of your experiences of selling on eBay so you can help me out. I'm not here to tell you that I'm an eBay expert. I've been selling on eBay for 9 years, so I can share anything that I know that might be helpful to somebody trying to learn eBay. I am so happy to share, but there might be things I don't know, and so we can ask some friends in the chat. And then the other thing I realized as I was preparing for this video, you guys, Google is your friend. Like anytime you have a question about eBay or anything, I myself just put it into Google. Okay, eBay fees or any questions I have. So we can rely on that as well. Let's say hi to some friends that I see have come into the chat. We have Grandma Glennis is here. Good to see you again. And I'm so glad Heidi's here from Restyle Secrets because she knows a lot about eBay shipping. So any shipping questions that we might have that I talk about, Heidi, feel free to chime in and help me out. You might know more than I do about that. Holly is here from Hunter Ryan. There you are. So good to see you. And Lori's here from Seattle Gal Style. Hey, Lori. And Lynette Harris is in the house. And Barbara Babash, we missed you on Friday. So isn't it great that I have a show going on Monday and you still get to join in? Deb is here. How exciting to see you. I know, does it feel strange to anyone? I feel like it's Friday night and I'm supposed to have my wine glass, but it's noon. I just finished my coffee. Hanger Deals is here. Hello, my friend. Okay, so I've said hi to some people. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Where should we start? I know that people have a lot of questions about eBay shipping and eBay fees and eBay returns. That seems to be the thing that people are most concerned about. Let's see, Hanger Deal says, I've been on eBay since about 2012. I like it. I think it's pretty easy to sell on once you get the hang of it. And that's the thing right there that I think is so important. If you take anything from this video, guys, I hope it's that you learn that it's okay to just get on eBay and experiment. Allow yourself time to learn. So if you're coming from another platform like Poshmark, I can understand why eBay would feel challenging to you because I sell on both eBay and Poshmark. I didn't do my intro, so let me tell you that I'm Quenby. I'm a part-time reseller. This is a part-time business for me. I've been doing it for 9 years. I've only been on Posh 2 years. Posh is a more relatively newer platform. eBay's been around a long time. It's a bigger platform. And this is part-time, and my channel's all about reselling. You're going to see thread-up videos. You're going to see yard sale vlogs. Lots of educational videos, unboxing. So make sure you're subscribed and hit the little bell notification so you know when we do things like this go live. Lynette Harris says, I sell on eBay that doesn't sell on, I sell stuff on eBay that doesn't sell on Poshmark. And Barbara says, I sell mostly hard lines on eBay and have been selling for about 8 years. Great, so you've got a ton of experience too. What questions do you guys get about it? Oh, good. Oh, darling dresser. Yay, I left work early and I'm home in time. Fantastic. Are you on eBay? So let me know if you are and if you're not. So, and if you have any questions at all about eBay, there's no question too small or whatever, just ask and then we can talk about it. So a lot of people tell me they sell on Poshmark and they're really intimidated by eBay because eBay seems so much more complicated. And it's true, Poshmark is really simple. If you look at a platform like Posh, it's really easy to understand how to ship and how to do fees and what your profit is. Because on Poshmark, your fees are a flat 20%. 20% of your sale, that's your fees. So all you have to know about is your fees and maybe what you spent on the item, your cost of goods, and you can understand Poshmark. Shipping on Poshmark is really easy, right, guys? It's a flat $7.11. I think I have that right. Is it $7.11, you guys, on Poshmark? Unless you as the seller decide you want to offer the buyer a shipping discount, and you can offer them $4.99 shipping or free shipping, and that comes out of your pocket. But that's all you really need to know about Poshmark. Listing on there is super easy. They don't ask you to fill in a lot of blanks. You can list right from your phone. I mean, it's super easy on Poshmark. So I can understand if you're a Poshmark seller and you come over to eBay, you might look at it and be like, this is daunting. I don't understand how it works. So I want to break it down for anybody who's new. And Barbara Babash says, yeah, fees are straightforward on Posh. I love that about Posh. I love both platforms. I just want to let you guys know, I'm not like, I'm not saying one platform is better than the other. I appreciate eBay. I personally feel more comfortable probably because I started on there. Where did you guys start? Like what platform did you start on? What do you find is the easiest? I can speak only about Posh and eBay. I sold on Amazon way, way back. So I'm not even going to get into that. But if you know about Mercari or Citizen or Grail or any of these other things and you want to chime something in, that would be great. Barbara says, I find it easier to sell on Poshmark since it's all-inclusive. I think you're absolutely right. And she says fees are more straightforward. O'Darlin Dresser says, I'm guessing it's mostly all searchable brands that sell on eBay. I'm new to the platform and have only listed a couple items. That is a great comment. It's both. I mean, I think Poshmark became known for you can sell things like based on style, not necessarily brand, but I think you can do both on eBay. So, Restyle Secrets says, I sell mostly clothing, some hard goods on eBay, almost 3 years. Great. And Holly from Hunter Ryan says, I do not sell on eBay and I do not buy on eBay because it had a bad rap for a while because of scams. I was surprised that it was a large reseller. that's interesting because I've been selling 9 years. Let me know in the chat, you guys. I've never had any scamming problems. So I don't know if that's just like a bad reputation it got. I don't know where that came from, but I have not had a problem. I guess that could be true on anything. I mean, you're going to run into those issues on any platform you sell on, right? So, okay, should we start with shipping? Should we start with fees? Those are the things that people seem, that I definitely want to cover in this video. eBay shipping, eBay fees, and returns, because those are the things people told me they're intimidated about. And then any other questions you guys have or comments you guys want to make, that would be great. So why don't I start with fees, okay? eBay fees. So on Poshmark, it's a flat 20%. It's really easy to figure out. On eBay, it's a little more challenging. And the reason it's more challenging is because eBay has so many more seller tools, you guys, and so many more options, which I really like. I feel like I have an easier time making a good profit on eBay because I don't have to worry about that high shipping cost on Posh. I can make a few more dollars on eBay, so I really like that. Oh, I see Magdalena Kraft has come in, a new friend that I haven't seen on a live before, so it's really great to have you. She says, I love watching you always. Oh, cool. You have such great tips and tricks. I sell on Poshmark as my son stars, but on Mercari I started, and there I am, my son and I. Oh, cool. I like your names on eBay too, but I only have a little eBay. It's so hard. Tell me what is so hard so we can make sure to cover that, because what I'd like to do is make it not so hard. It's a little bit of learning up front, but once you learn it, then you know, and you're good to go. And I just think there's a lot more potential on eBay because there's so many more buyers and there's so many more seller options. So on eBay, let's just talk about fees. Well, let me start with this. If you just want to try out eBay, maybe you're not sure, you're not sure how it's going to go for you. Anybody can start on eBay. You don't have to have a store subscription or anything. Anybody who's on eBay can go on and get a free 50 listings. That's like how they start you out. They're not going to charge you any insertion fees. You don't have to have a store. You can just go on eBay and list 50 things, which is kind of a lot, and kind of see how it goes. So you can start out just like that. And you just have to know that when the item sells, eBay has a final value fee, and that is, I'm going to keep things really simple. I'm not going to get into crazy details. That is 10%. 10% of the final cost of your item total, including shipping, tax, whatever, 10% eBay is going to take. So the very beginning thing that you could do just to get started is go on there, experiment with some listings. They'll give you 50 free listings, and you'll pay that 10% off the total of whatever your sale is. That's really smart. That's really simple. And you can, anybody can start that way. And I suggest just letting yourself with a few inexpensive things that you're not, like I wouldn't start with your highest priced items, just some bread and butter stuff. Go on and just allow yourself to learn and try it out. So that is, anybody can do that, right? You don't need like, Seek Joy is here. She says, sorry, I can't join the chat, but I'm listening and wanted to say hello. I'm so glad you're here. That's totally fine. We know you're there. I love having you. So anybody can start with that. You get your 10% off the final value fee. And then since people pay and you get paid through PayPal, you have to deal with the PayPal fee as well, which is, I think it's 2.9%. Let's just call it 3% and plus 30 cents per transaction. So you're at 13% plus 30 cents. That's the pretty simple, basic eBay thing. In the store, in the chat, you guys, if you're on eBay and you are selling on there, do you have a store? If so, what level of subscription and what do you think about having a store? Heidi from Restyle Secret says, I also make a little money on shipping on most every sale. Yeah, because you can charge whatever you want. I totally love that. And Lori says, nope, I've never had any scams on eBay in almost 4 years. So I would like to dispel that myth that like eBay is a place where you're going to get a lot of scamming, because I've never had that, and all other people are saying they haven't had that either. So that's awesome. And Lori says, I sell the most random stuff on eBay. 2 shower curtains this week. Right, I know, I love that too. I think if you're not just a straight up clothing seller, you can sell almost anything on eBay. There's a lot of buyers. There's a market for almost anything. I appreciate about that on eBay too. So just to recap, anybody can go on. They'll give you 50 free listings. You're just going to pay your final value fees. boom, done. Anybody can at least start trying that out, start experimenting and see how it goes and let yourself learn. The other thing you can do on eBay, which I recommend if you decide that you think you're going to, dabble in selling on eBay, is to get a store subscription. That's different than Poshmark and other platforms. On eBay, you get store subscriptions. There's a lot of benefits to having a store. You can start, they have all different levels, but you can start for as low as $4.95 a month. I think they call that the starter store. Let me look. I printed out this. You can go on, like Google. I typed in eBay store subscription and fees. I just printed it out. So everything's available to you. It's super easy. Don't be so intimidated. Don't think, oh, it's too hard. That is what so many people say to me. They'll be like, I don't want to sell on eBay. It's too hard. And I'm like, it's not too hard. You just got to do a tiny bit of education, a little bit at a time, and you'll get it. And then you have the whole world of eBay and all those sales open and available to you, all those buyers. So you can get for $4.95 a month a starter store, or you can get a basic store for $21.95 a month, or I have the premium store, $59.95, and then it goes up from there. What that gives you is the ability to list more and more items. So the higher store you have, the more items you can list. So for me on the premium store, I get 1,000 auction listings and 1,000 fixed price listings or something. So you get tons. They're not going to charge you to list each item. So I think it's worth getting a store because it's ultimately going to cost you less. There's also so many benefits to having a store. So Lori says, I have a basic store, $250 buy it now, $250 auction. So she's getting that for $21.95. It's $21.99 a month with a quarterly $25 shipping supplies coupon. So let's talk about how awesome that is. So that's one of the benefits of the store is once you get a basic store above, they give you free shipping supplies. eBay has a store, a shipping supply store where you can get eBay poly mailers, padded envelopes, tissue paper, tape, boxes, anything. And it's essentially free. They're giving you that. So like I have an example here. Like this is one of their eBay things. And I have a premium store. So I get $50 worth of shipping supplies. So I never buy shipping supplies, you guys. I do not go out and buy poly mailers or anything like that. You get the eBay ones. It's free with your store subscription. You get a coupon every single month. So that totally adds up. Has anyone gotten any good stuff from the eBay shipping supplies? I've gotten the tissue paper, which I really like. And I've gotten boxes, poly mailers. I haven't tried the tape yet. They have thank you cards, like anything you need for your business. eBay's going to offer that if you get a store subscription. So I think it's worth it. Holly says that's good to know. Restyle Secrets says I have a I can't talk. It's noon. I have a premier store. If you're running a business, get a store. The tools are worth it. I totally agree. Get a store. If you think you're going to be selling on there, just bite the bullet and get a store, even a basic one, because you're going to get all those free shipping supplies. But you also get all these other benefits. This is one of the benefits I personally like about eBay and why I think a site like Poshmark is easier but limited. When you have a store on eBay, you can run a sale. You can be like 50% off everything in my store. With a few clicks, everything goes on 50%. You can set, you can choose which items are going to be in your sale, or you can say everything. You can offer a certain discount amount. You can run a sale on specific items like all your dresses. Running a sale is really helpful for your business. It draws attention into your store. So you can make a lot more sales if you're running a sale. So I think that's amazing to be able to run sales. I hope Posh comes up with something like that. Let me just see if anyone else has anything. O'Donnell Dresser says, so the fees on eBay are the same as on Depop. Good to know. So I don't know about Depop. I haven't been on there, but that sounds good. And Lori says, and no freaking sharing. I know. You have to understand. I'm so with you. It's like, for me, starting on eBay and then going into Poshmark, the concept of having to share my items every day, twice a day, it's like I just can't even manage. I like that on eBay, you just put your stuff on there and you're good. If you want to do something like run a sale, you can to bring attention to things, but you don't have to do the sharing. I hired out sharing. I have a virtual assistant through Upwork. If people have questions about that, we could talk more about that. But she shares my closet twice a day because I just got too frustrated doing it. And you have to know what your limitations are. I think as a seller, for me, it was like, this is going to drive me crazy if I have to share myself every day clicking the button. I've got like hundreds of items on there. If you do it yourself and you can do it, fantastic. All the power to you. I just know I would not be able to sell on Poshmark because that idea of sharing would force me off because I just found it too frustrating. Go to Boutique is here. Deja Vu Vintage. I don't want to share. I don't have time and the profits are not worth it. I know, I'm with you. If you love sharing, I think you're awesome. What I do like to do, honestly, though, is like share my friends' closets. Like after the live show on Friday, I often try and choose a few closets from people in the live chat and I go and share. I love doing that because I feel like I'm connecting with you. I know you. Or like if someone goes in and shares a lot of my stuff, I'll go in and share back. I like that. But the monotony of every day on Poshmark having to share, for me personally, it's just too hard. Magdalena says, not a fan of sharing either. Too much time. I had to take time off during remote learning. It was too much. Yeah, totally. I hear you. I that's why I hired it out. And there are many services that'll do your sharing for you. Just so you know, Posh does not allow like a bot sharing, but they allow a personal assistant, like a virtual assistant or personal assistant who's a human being sharing. So that's what I've done. It costs a little bit more, but it's still really cheap, you guys, through Upwork. Yay, Brandy made it. Hey, guys. Hey, Brandy. She's been posting some stuff that she has for sale on Instagram, and she's got some really cute stuff. So put your closet in there for sure. Oh, does the image look blurry to you guys? Peter just came in to say that my image looks blurry. It looks good to me on the screen. Can someone let me know in the comments in the chat if yours is coming up blurry? I can move a little closer. It looks good to me. I don't know. Heidi says, I'm seriously considering stopping Poshmark. If I put the time spent there on eBay, who knows what could happen. I've been there with you too. I love Poshmark. It's blurry, huh? It looks so good on my screen. What should I do? Let me just go like this with the camera. Could be the lights. I'll move a little closer. I don't know. It could be the lighting. Okay. Huh, looks blurry. Wonder if I should change the light or something. Oh, the network thing? Yeah, it seems like it's plugged in. We're just trying to troubleshoot if it looks blurry, you guys. Should I shut the Wi-Fi off? Sorry, you guys. We're just trying to deal with the blurring situation. Should I shut the Wi-Fi off? I don't understand what you're saying, Peter. You're going to have to come help me. Heidi says, I watched a very popular live show not long ago where it was clear many people were using bots for Poshmark sharing. I didn't know that. I was shocked and discouraged. I don't want to compete against that. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. I mean, I've heard people doing it and everybody's got to decide. That's one of the things I love about running our own business and having our own business is we get to make those decisions for ourselves. You know, if Poshmark doesn't want people to do it, you probably shouldn't be doing it. I hired a virtual assistant through Upwork, and it's super inexpensive, and it just took that pressure off me. But I appreciate your comment, Heidi. Oh, Dress Stacy May is here. Hey, I appreciate your comment. That you said I'm seriously considering stopping Poshmark. If I put the time spent into eBay, who knows what could happen. I'm doing the opposite. What I'm trying to do with that, because I've been selling on eBay for a long time. I have really consistent sales on there. I sell way more on there. So what I'm trying to do is put more energy into Posh to equal that out a little bit. I wonder if I just need to put a little bit more energy and time into Poshmark. But eBay has always been way more sales on eBay for me personally. I have like 1,000 listings over there. So we covered the fees, you guys. We covered about what it costs to sell on eBay. A little pixelated. Sorry if the screens, maybe you're just gonna have to listen. It's not a terrible blur. I love that. A go-to boutique. Is that a terrible blur? Yeah, it's blurry, but not terrible. Maybe I'll look a little bit better blurry. Oh, I love you guys. They're so great. So what other questions do you have about eBay? I want to go back up. We talked a little bit about fees. Did I cover that? Like 10% plus 2.9% and 30 cents for Poshmark. You can get a store. The benefits of a store are things like you can run a sale. You're going to get a coupon to get all those free eBay branded supplies. Also, I just want to add too with eBay, their data analytics are awesome. If you're like a numbers person and you like to see, you can do any date range and see exactly what you're making. You can see what day your sales are best. You can compare how your sales from one month are to another. They have awesome data analytics, and that's all free with your store subscription. I can look at any time and see how I'm doing with my sales. And it's super clear and easy. On Poshmark, I know that you can send a message to them. They will send you an Excel spreadsheet that's got your data on it. I do not find that user-friendly at all. I find that challenging. I think that they'll probably, Posh is newer, and I have a feeling they are going to add more tools. I think that they keep on putting out new things. Poshmark does. I like Poshmark. They recently put out that free delete and copy feature. I think they just keep coming up with new tools, so they'll probably have more in the future. But for right now, you get a cheap store on eBay. You have so many tools available to you. I highly recommend it if you think you're going to sell on there. Dress Stacy May says, I think I need to try a VA. I slack on my sharing, but I notice a difference when I do. Absolutely. What do you guys think about that on Poshmark? I'm under the impression that the more you share, the more you're going to sell. I mean, what I know to be true on eBay and Posh is the more you list, the more you sell. So I'm constantly trying to list. But on Poshmark, there's this added thing of the more you share, the more you have the potential to sell. I think it depends how many items you have in your closet on Poshmark. I think it depends on whether you're doing this full-time or part-time. I'm a part-timer. I have another full-time job, another demanding job. I love reselling. I'm passionate about it. It's a business I love. I love the extra income. I run it like a business. But I have 8 to 10 hours every day that some other people have if they're full-time because I'm a part-timer. So I don't have that extra 20 minutes twice a day to share. Actually, I'd love to hear that from you guys in the chat. How long does it take you to share? Have you ever timed yourself? So I recently timed myself sharing my entire closet, and it took 14 minutes. And that does not sound like a long time, but in my experience of it sitting there sharing my Posh closet for 14 minutes, it felt like a long time. It was like, wow, that's a long time to share. I just saw a good question. Go to Boutique Vintage says, what's the anchor store cost? $299. So just to review, if you want a starter store on eBay, it's $4.95. A basic store is $21.95, premium $59.95, anchor $299. Then there's something called an enterprise, which I just stopped there because it was like $2,000 or something. So it depends how many like listings that you want to have. Like I have like 1,000 fixed and 1,000 auctions. I never use them all, but I use enough that it makes sense. And I want the $50 free shipping supplies and all that other good stuff that you get with the store. So I do recommend getting at least a basic store for 21 bucks if you think you're going to share on there. Brandy says, I only have 78 active on Poshmark, so sharing for you probably isn't as challenging. Lori says, I've never used any of my 250 auction listings. Any tips on auction versus fixed price? I hate that they recommend you start every auction at 99 cents. That's hilarious to me. Okay, there's so much good stuff in Lori's question. If you guys have thoughts on her question or anything like that, put them in the chat if you have questions or thoughts. I don't want to sit up here being the expert. I want to have this be a discussion. Otherwise, I would have just recorded a video ahead. I never start auctions personally at 99 cents. When I was first trying things out, I did. And what happened was sometimes things would bid up, but a lot of times they didn't. I personally only recommend starting an auction at 99 cents if it's something you are confident that it's going to be competitive. So an item that a lot of people want and it will be bid up. Unless you just don't care. If you're happy selling it for 99 cents and you're happy selling it for $1, go right ahead. But if you know you have a price that you want, I would start an auction at your lowest price. If you're like, hey, okay, here's a good example. Lululemon black skinny leggings, high-waisted, hot item right now. And I'm recording this June 29th, 2020. Who knows what'll be hot item if you're watching this 6 months from now. But right now, you've got a pair of Lululemon high-waisted black skinny leggings. And you know you want at least 25, but you think you might be able to get 50. And you know there's going to be a lot of people interested. That's an item I might consider putting on an auction. An auction is only smart if you know the people are going to bid up because it's a very desirable item and people are going to bid against each other. That's the only time I would do an auction personally. And when you want to get a bidding war going because you could maybe get more. That's the only time I personally would recommend doing an auction. What do you guys think in the chat? When do you do auctions and when do you do fixed price? I do 100% fixed price now. I also recommend that you allow yourself to experiment. Like I said, put butter items on eBay, things you're not going to lose a ton of money on, and experiment because we all know that everybody's business works a little bit different. It depends what you're selling. It depends how great your pictures are, how good your title is. You may be able to get more for your item because your pictures are clear and crisp and distraction free and there's a lot of light. Your pictures look great. Your description's good. You have a lot of information. You put the condition in there. I would rather buy from you if you have a great listing like that. So that's an edge that you have on eBay. If your listing is awesome, I'm going to buy from you. If you've got a good feedback score, I'm more likely to buy from you. I don't want to buy from somebody whose feedback score is 2 because I don't know that I can trust that seller. But if your feedback score is 200, I'm more likely to go, okay, they've got this, the selling thing going. I will also say that's another thing I prefer over eBay than Poshmark. eBay, there's ratings. You can give a negative or a positive ratings. There's pros and cons to that. But as a seller who runs a good business, my customers can look at my 100% feedback rating and be like, wow, she's probably somebody I can trust buying from. On Poshmark, you don't really get to know if a seller is not a reliable, great seller, do you? Because you can only get positive love notes on there. Did I answer that question all the way? Because I kind of went on a tangent. I love talking about eBay. But I just want to also go into the chat because I mostly want to discuss things with you. Rewear It Boutique. That's a great username. Welcome. Make sure you hit that like button for me, guys. There's 30 people watching right now. And make sure you're subscribed and your bell's turned on so when we do these lives, you know. She says, I assume it could be he or she. Rewear It Boutique. I'm so confused on eBay about where to find info on sales tax for my taxes. I don't know where to see that info. I have a starter store. Does anyone know the answer to that? It's my understanding that eBay collects the sales tax. There might be differences depending on your state, so you need to know that. But it's my understanding that eBay collects the sales tax and deals with that for us. Is that your understanding, guys? And I have a good accountant. I use Not Your Dad's CPA. He's also a reseller. So I direct questions to him. He's on Instagram. So if you need like tax advice, definitely consult somebody like that. Go to boutiques. So maybe I will scale up slowly. I highly recommend it. Let yourself learn. There's a lot to learn about the fees. There's a lot to learn about everything, you know? So let yourself learn on some lower dollar items and say, hey, I'm using this time to teach myself and learn. I'm probably going to make some mistakes. And we're going to talk about shipping in a bit. Let me know what your shipping questions are. Let me know. Let us know if you have some mistakes you've made with shipping that you've learned from, because maybe some other people can learn from it. Let me know your experiences with shipping. Do you charge for shipping? Do you do free shipping on eBay? Do you do calculated shipping? Put some of that in the chat so we can have a discussion, because we're going to go and talk about shipping in a minute. Hunter Ryan, I think listing is the biggest boost on Posh. I think you're probably right. I have had days where I literally shared from when I woke up until I went to sleep, get about double sales with lots of lists, have 500 listings on Posh. Oh, so you've got a good store. How long does it take you to share? Go to boutique. I don't always receive a 1090 for taxes on eBay. No, you only receive that 1099 if you reach a certain threshold of sales or transactions. I believe it was $20,000. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. You have to make a certain amount in order to get that 1099, but you are still responsible for claiming taxes for reselling. So even if you don't get the 1099, you need to be tracking that yourself and claiming taxes on that. Brandy says, I don't like auctions because when I purchase, I don't want to wait for the item to end. I know, I'm still with you. I don't like auctions either. I should also let you know, I'm a 9-year seller on eBay, but I'm also a buyer. I buy a lot for myself and my family on there, and I always have, so I can speak to it from both ends. I do not like auctions because I don't like the stress of having to be there on your phone on a competitive auction that, oh, I just got a text, probably someone telling me, is it still blurry, you guys, or did that get cleared up with the internet thing? Can you let me know? Okay. So I don't like auctions personally. I will pay more personally if I can buy it now. So say those Lululemon leggings we were using as an example for auctions. If somebody has them maybe $5 more expensive, but I get to buy it now and I don't have to be there for the auction, I go with the buy it now. But not everyone is like that. Some people love the idea of an auction. Do you like them or not? Hunter Ryan, do you still get a reserve on auctions? You can put a reserve on it. A reserve on eBay means it's an auction, but it has to at least get your minimum. I can't remember if you have to pay for a reserve, but most people don't like it when they see reserve, I think. Oh, someone says, I do the reserve. Okay. I start auctions, Barbara Babash, I start auctions at the minimum price I'm willing to take. I think that's really smart. So like say you're willing to let it go for $9.99. We'll just keep using that Lululemon high-waisted black skinny leggings. Say you knew, all right, I don't want to get $9.99, but that's the minimum, and I'm going to put $5 shipping on there, started at $9.99. I do not recommend starting at eBay. That was the other part. eBay's recommended 99 cents. Of course they want that. They want they want your item to sell, and it's most likely going to sell if you put it at 99 cents. Someone's going to buy it. eBay recommends a lot of things, and I don't always do everything they recommend. I love eBay, but right now, June 29, 2020, the things that they're recommending still are offer free shipping, offer free returns. Let's get into shipping a little bit. All my time as a reseller, 9 years, I did free shipping. I only recently just started charging shipping for the first time, so I am experimenting with that. But eBay recommends free shipping. Okay, starting to talk about shipping. It looks like we're going to go into that. Daisy says, I have a basic store, but I've never heard of free shipping supplies. You do get free shipping supplies. You get $25 a quarter. What you need to do is look for your shipping supply coupon number. This is what I would do because I do this a lot when I can't remember where to get it. Google, how do I find my eBay shipping supplies free coupon, and read what it says. You basically are going to, from your main page, go to manage my store, and under manage my store, there's going to be something that says like, what does it say? It's like shipping supply coupon, or what does it say? It says something like that. It'll be obvious. You click on it. They give you a number. You go to the store and you choose up. You'll have $25 with the basic store. So you'll choose $25 worth of shipping supplies and they'll send them to you. Keep me posted. Let me know. Yes, a basic store gets $25 in shipping supplies. I have a premium, so I get $50. If you have an anchor store, you get $150. That starter store doesn't get any. It's only $4.95 a month. Okay, let's talk about shipping. I love talking about shipping. Okay, the first thing I'm going to say to you guys, I have some random notes here. Sorry as I shuffle my papers. Okay, I'm going to bring up Barbara's comment because she's absolutely right. I think Barbara says, I think the biggest thing I dislike about eBay is weighing the item for postage. But she said, weigh. If you don't do it, it will be a bite in the butt. Totally true. So the one thing I'm going to say, I don't say a lot of absolutes, I'm usually like, well, try it out. What do you think? But the one thing I'm going to say is that you need a scale if you're going to sell on eBay. The first purchase you should make, the first purchase I ever made was a scale. On Poshmark, they pay that $7.11. It's priority up to 5 pounds. You don't have to weigh anything. You can put it in any priority mailer, in any mailer really. And and ship it off. That's super simple. On eBay, you're going to need a scale. This is the AccuTech. I bought this thing 9 years ago. It's still running perfectly. It's 20 bucks. So it's a very low investment. There's a link in my description section to the Amazon link for this scale. It's 20 bucks. You'll need to start weighing. It's not hard. It's not a big investment. Go on there, buy that $20 scale. You'll be good to go. It's a very small investment for your business. You can write it off on your taxes. For that exact scale, there's a link down in my description section. So the basics of eBay shipping, let's get into it. I'm just going to see if there's any other comment I need to take on. I'm sorry, it's blurry, you guys. Lori says, haha, I have to Google how to find every time the subscription. I know. I don't know why. Every time I just Google how to find my shipping supplies coupon. But Deborah Whitehead is here. Hey, Quemby, I'm so glad you're joining us. And my reseller treasure says, hi, everyone. Yes, a scale is necessary. On Poshmark, a scale is not necessary as long as you don't go over 5 pounds. In eBay, the scale is necessary. It's 20 bucks. Buy it on Amazon. Be done with it. Okay, there's a lot. The reason why shipping is intimidating to people on eBay, I think, is because there's a lot more options. Posh, you get that one option. I can't speak for Mercari or whatever else. Let us know in the chat if you know. There's a lot of options on eBay. You can offer free shipping. You can offer calculated shipping. You can offer priority or first class shipping. You can do a flat rate shipping. eBay recommends free shipping. I've been doing that forever. I'm just now experimenting my business for the first time, charging $2.99 for shipping. I'm doing that because of returns. Maybe we'll have time in this show to talk a little bit about returns. Lori says, yep, my scale was my first purchase. Mine was a bit under 20 bucks. Absolutely. Teresa Bryan is in the house. Great to have you. Do you have any eBay questions? Do you sell on eBay? So get your scale, and then you get to make decisions that you put into each of your listings on eBay. Do you want to offer free shipping? Do you want to offer calculated shipping, or do you want a flat rate? Let's break that down a little bit. On eBay, you can ship anything first class as long as it's under a pound, 16 ounces. So you need to know the weight of your item. The shipping varies depending on how much it weighs, if it's 4 ounces, if it's 15 ounces, but it's usually between $3 and $5. So if you make your shipping cost between $3 and $5, you're going to cover the majority of your items that are under 1 pound. If it's over a pound, then you have to do priority. Let's put priority over there for a minute. Calculated shipping, I don't personally use. Does anyone in the chat use calculated shipping? Does anybody in the chat like calculated shipping? I do not like calculated shipping personally, but let me know what you guys think about that. Calculated shipping means you're going to charge your customer exactly what it costs to ship the item to them, from your zip code to their zip code. So when you're filling out your eBay listing, you're going to select calculated shipping. You're going to put in what the weight of your item is, 8 ounces, 2 ounces, 4 ounces. You're going to put in the size of your shipping envelope or box, and you can ship it in any recycled or poly mailer or anything you have, as long as you know the weight on it. Don't put it in a priority envelope unless it's going priority. So Barbara says, yes, I only use calculated shipping. Why do you, tell me why, educate us about why you use that. Lori says, I do calculated shipping on eBay. First class if it's under a pound, priority or flat rate if it's over. That's pretty much it as far as shipping goes for me. Not too hard. Yes, I'm glad you're saying not too hard. Many people are intimidated about the shipping. I'm going to tell you, it'll probably take you an hour of your life to go on your computer and go on eBay and learn about shipping. It's not hard. You just have to know. A lot of new people, beginners, tell me they get bitten by shipping because they don't charge enough. So calculated shipping, you're going to put all that information in the listing, the size of what you're mailing it in, what the weight is, what your zip code is, and then on your listing, it'll say under the cost of shipping for your item on your listing, it'll say calculated shipping, and your buyer has to put in their zip code and they will pay the exact calculated amount. For example, if it's 15 ounces and you live on the East Coast and it has to go all the way to the West Coast, it's probably going to cost them like around $5 something. They're going to pay the exact calculated amount. So you can do that. Her Hands and Gifts is here. Hey, girl, great to see you. I only use calculated shipping on shoes and hefty hard goods. Why do you choose to do that? Barbara says, I'm on the East Coast, and if I'm shipping to the West Coast, I feel like I'm taking a loss. Yes. So you can choose to do that calculated shipping, and then the buyer's paying exactly what it costs. I personally don't like calculated shipping as a buyer on eBay, so that's probably why I don't offer it as a seller. I like to just look at the listing and know what it's going to cost me, even if it's a flat rate. So you can say, I'm not going to do calculated shipping. I'm just going to charge a flat rate for all my items. I'm going to charge $5. This is what I love about eBay and what I don't like as much about Poshmark. You get to educate yourself and make all these choices about your business. You get to decide. You get to decide in your business, do I want to do calculated? Do I want to do free? Do I want to do flat? And figure out what works for you. You can experiment. A lot of people have done the experiment of just doing free shipping, and a lot of people do believe free shipping, they get more sales. And I believed that for a long time. I'm currently experimenting for the first time in my business after 9 years, charging shipping. I've always done free because a lot of platforms do free and a lot of customers expect free shipping. So that's something to consider. If your sales are slow and you're like, why don't I make as many sales as other people? Experiment with offering free shipping for a month and track it and see, do you get more sales when you offer free shipping? Lori says, as a buyer, I like free shipping. Yes, a lot of buyers like it and expect free shipping, just FYI. So that's why I'm kind of like experimenting. Teresa says, I do not like it. Barbara had told us she only does calculated. Teresa says, yes, she sells on eBay. Okay. And Hunter says, I think I got mine from your link. That's fantastic. A scale is necessary. My reseller treasure said, hi everyone. Yes, a scale is necessary. For sure, you need the scale. Just bite the bullet for $20. I have that link. It takes you right to the Amazon scale. It's $20 or less. Get it. You'll be good to go. Do not be afraid of shipping. That's what I'm here to tell you. Do not say, I don't want to sell on eBay, this huge platform with tons of potential buyers, because you're afraid of shipping. Just learn shipping. It's super easy. We're giving you some great information here, and you can Google any other information you need to. So free shipping, I always did it. eBay recommends it. Many buyers want it. You may or may not get more sales from offering free shipping. You still need to know the weight of the item so that when you ship it out, you know what you're going to pay. And if you're offering free shipping, most people factor that into the price. So if you're selling your Lululemon pants for $49.99 and you're going to do free shipping, you might say, oh, these Lululemon pants probably weigh 10 ounces to ship, probably cost me $4. Maybe I'll make it, instead of $49.99, maybe I'm going to make it $5 more than that. So definitely calculate in your shipping costs if you're doing free shipping. That's what sellers are doing. They're just bumping up the cost of their item a little bit and doing free shipping. So that's a totally great option. Restyle Secret says, I've printed out the 2020 charts for first class package. It's easy to see the max amount a domestic package would cost at any given weight. Fantastic. See, it's totally simple. All that information is at your fingertips. You don't have to worry about it. It's there. My reseller treasure, under a pound, I usually list as free shipping and roll it into the price point. Exactly. That's a way better term. We have 40 friends watching. Make sure you're subscribed and you've hit that little bell so you know next time we're going live like this. This is more of a pop-up. I do my regular live every Friday at 5. So she says it really well. Under a pound, I usually list as free shipping and roll it into the price point. So you're just putting it into the price point. Instead, you do run into issues if you get returns, though, with free shipping. That's why I have stopped free shipping for now. I'm experimenting it. If I notice a major drop in my sales, I'll probably start free shipping again. I think people love free shipping, but you have to worry about returns. Okay, Barbara has a great thing. How about global shipping? Let's definitely talk about that. Let me just finish my little bit of education for newer people on offering free shipping, offering calculated, we just talked about, and offering a flat rate. I've done flat rate shipping for a long time on priority items. I ship all my priority items in one of these padded flat rate envelopes. There's all sorts of priority mailers. This is the padded flat rate envelope. I use this for almost everything because almost everything fits in it. Jeans, whatever. It's great. You're not going to find this at the post office. Do you guys use USPS online to get your shipping supplies sent to you? Go to Boutique says you can add shipping into the item's price. Absolutely. Hunter Ryan, with Posh, I think it's a bad idea. If you offer a shipping discount, you are usually upping the price of the item to cover it. With higher price, buyer pays more tax based on that. Yeah. Heidi says, my main objection to free shipping is that I offer free returns and I don't want to pay the shipping both ways if I get a return. Amen. Exactly. This is the one reason, Heidi, why I am experimenting for the first time after 9 years selling on eBay. I'm experimenting with charging shipping because when I went to go do my taxes this year and I looked at all my numbers, I'm like, wow, I am spending a lot of money on returns. eBay offers returns. It's different than Posh. Posh does not accept returns for things like, I don't like it, it didn't fit. It has to be like, they have to go elevate it to a case and it gets reviewed. It's very different on eBay. Returns are just accepted for the most part on eBay. We can talk more about eBay returns in a bit when we finish with shipping. Hey, Sarah Lee Coleman, I'm so glad you made it. Sorry, the screen's a little blurry today for some reason. I'm not sure if it's internet or light issues or whatever, but a lot of you I know just listen while you work. So Brandy says, yeah, I order these. So for shipping supplies, if you have an eBay store, you get tons of free shipping supplies with your subscription. If you don't, or if you need priority stuff, you can create an account on USPS today. Bummer. Internet issues, I guess. So I go on USPS, I order all my priority mailing supplies free, all my envelopes, my padded. I think this is the most useful, and this is the one you cannot get right at the post office. You can only get it online where I am. But I also use these Tyvek ones for free. You can get those sometimes at your post office, but I order all these, so it all just comes to my house. It's all free. Get yourself tons of supplies because you don't know what you're going to use. But this is for priority. If you're choosing to ship things priority, or if it's over £1 on eBay and it needs to go priority, you can weigh your items or use flat rate free priority mailing envelopes. So let's see what I'm missing here. Oh, free returns. Okay. Brandy says, I also get those clear sticky envelopes for my labels. Yeah, so there's a ton of free supplies available that you can use for your eBay business on USPS.com, but you need to be able to either use a flat rate and know what the cost of those flat rate priority items are, like the flat rate bubble poly, the flat rate medium size box, large box, small box. Those all have flat rates. You do get an eBay discount too on the shipping when you ship right through eBay and print your label out right through eBay. What printer do you guys use? What is your method for doing labels? I've got a Dymo, absolutely love it. Wish I had gotten it sooner. So that's a little bit about shipping. Like for me, for priority, I just do $8 because this cost $7.52 for me to ship it out on eBay. So I just put a flat rate of $8 for that. If I ship it out in a medium flat rate box, I have a flat rate of $13.65. You get to choose all these things. A lot of sellers I know bump up their shipping cost a little bit because remember, your final value fees for PayPal and eBay that we talked about earlier on this video, it's also including shipping. So they're going to take that 10% on eBay fees off shipping, tax, the entire total. So keep that in mind. Resale Secrets. Did you store owners see the extra shipping coupon codes I posted above? Ends June 30th. I did not. Where is that? I'm going to look. I sell mostly ordinary stuff, says Heidi. I did an in-depth study. I sell about 25% within 30 days, about half with 60 days, and about 75% within 90 days. That's awesome. So that girl really knows her numbers there. Lori says, I use my free eBay poly mailers for other platforms, first-class sales. I just turned them into that is so smart. I love that. Like, use what you've got, you guys. Don't go out, especially if you're new and you're figuring this stuff out. Don't go out and spend a ton of money on shipping supplies. There's so many ways. Have you guys ever gotten free shipping supplies? If so, let us know how you've done it in the chat. I order a lot. You know, my family orders on Amazon, eBay, Posh. So I save all that stuff and you can recycle it. So she's saying she gets these free eBay poly mailers, and then if she's using it, if she's shipping on another platform, she turns those babies inside out. She's so smart. So then you just, because I was going to say, I wouldn't feel comfortable on Poshmark sending it in my eBay. I just feel weird about that. But crinkle, crinkle. But if you turn it inside out, look at this. You just have a free silver. I kind of like the silver poly mailer. I love tips like that. Do you guys have tips on getting free? How have you gotten free supplies, or how do you recycle? Any tips on that? I have not bought anything, any mailing supplies in years. Sometimes people love like the fun ones, you know, like the poly mailers that have flowers or something. Those are fun. Well, let's go back and see what Heidi said, something up here about free supplies. How do you get that? I can't find it up here. Oh gosh, I'm as usual. I am way behind in the chat. Holly says, are y'all using Pirate Ship? I'm not using Pirate Ship, but I've heard other people doing it. So you don't have to go through eBay and print your labels, and you don't have to use USPS. You can use FedEx. You can use Pirate Ship. You can use other methods. And some people think places like Pirate Ship, it's cheaper. Deb says, also put any shipping supplies inside your exact box, so you are weighing those. And I put size in the box below subtitle. Yeah, that's really smart. So make sure you've got your thing all packaged up. Am I back? I got totally frozen out there. Someone in the chat, let me know if we came back. I guess I'm having some internet issues today. That's why it's a little blurry and we froze out. Is it back on? Peter's in here. He's going to look around. I've got one of these things where I plug it right into the computer too, so it should be better. I never have trouble on Friday night. Maybe more people are home. Oh, look at Angie Bess is here. I'm sorry I missed your comment earlier. I've sold on eBay for years and recently Mercari. I put items on Posh, but it is intimidating to me, especially with the high price of shipping $7.11 for a t-shirt. Angie, I totally hear you. I totally agree. So she's like me, like she comes from eBay. So Poshmark, most people agree, is a much simpler selling platform. But if you come from eBay, it's like, what? Poshmark sharing? What? $7.11 for shipping? Because think about it this way, guys. I'm back. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I don't know what's up. We usually don't have any problems on Friday, do we? Maybe like a little blip on my live every Friday at 5. Ooh, Southern Belle. I'm so glad you commented. I'm so glad you're here. I don't think we've seen each other before. I go. Okay, we might have to end in a little bit here, guys, because we're having internet issues. Sarah Lee says, what about tape for sealing boxes? Anyone have great tips for tape? That sounded funny. Great tips for tape. And I want to make sure, put in the chat right now if there's a question or a concern or a comment that you definitely want me to try and get to, because I realize we've been talking for 59 minutes, which is crazy. It goes so fast. To me, it feels like 15 minutes. Thank you for putting up with me with the internet issues. I wonder what's up. My bark boxes and Amazon addiction supplies Oh, a lot of my boxes. So she shops on Bark Boxes. I'm not sure what that is, and Amazon. So she saves those mailers and stuff and uses them. I really recommend recycling stuff for sure. I didn't see a coupon, says Teresa. You mean on eBay? Do you have a store? You need to have an eBay store to get that comment. I mean, that coupon. My reseller treasure. I just bought a Rolo. I need to set it up using a laser printer. I'm telling you guys. Oh, a Rolo. Do you guys have, there's the two major printers that people seem to really love are Rolo and Dymo. I've always had a Dymo, so I don't know. But I'll tell you what. Oh my God, is it worth the investment? Because I was spending a lot of money on my regular printer to print out on, I had half sheet labels. And I used to just print my eBay labels on my half sheet labels, but I was spending way too much money, you guys, on ink. Like the ink for my printer was expensive. You pay an upfront cost more for your Rolo or Dymo, but then you never have to buy ink again. And the labels are so cheap. Brandy says, I can get tape in the military packs on USPS. I don't know what that is. In the military packs on USPS, what's that? But it's not a huge roll. I don't know what that is. Oh, Alicia's here from Married Life. I just saw you were live. I've been live for an hour. We got on at 12, and now it's 1. We're just talking all things eBay. Are you just posh, Alicia? She's a great channel. Check her out. Ooh, Heidi says, I am a tape snob. I buy the best super quiet kind. That and lint rollers are the two things I won't skimp on. I'm really glad you're mentioning that because I made the... I am paying for this mistake I made on cheap tape. So I agree with you. Next time I will buy the Scotch name brand tape. Do you have a brand that you really love or a tape that you can recommend to us? I've got Scotch tape, the brand name brand Scotch. It was thicker. It was great. I got totally sucked into one of these like 18 rolls of clear packing tape, and it was super cheap, so I bought it. That has been the biggest mistake. I've wasted so much time with that cheap tape. Every time I go to pull it off, it rips. If the end gets lost, I can't ever find the end. Do not buy cheap tape. I completely agree with you. It's like it's so not worth it. Next time I will be paying up for tape. That's the only thing I've bought, and I bought it like on eBay. From eBay, I buy all my poly mailers that I store my inventory in, my tape. I do have things linked in my description, like my favorites. So you check that out if you're looking for supplies. I've got linked like my my lights, my favorite bags, that scale. It's all linked below, and you can check those out. And if anyone else has recommendations, Married Life is Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari. I started on eBay. Awesome. Okay, so let me see if there's anything I didn't cover. Do you guys want to talk in the last few minutes about returns? Because the things that I definitely wanted to cover today were the things I get the most questions about and the things people seem to worry about on eBay the most, which was fees, which we covered in the beginning of this video. So if you got here late, just go back and watch the replay. Shipping. Did we cover shipping fully enough for people? We talked about free shipping. We talked about calculated shipping. Priority versus first class. If it's over 16 ounces, has to go priority. And you can either use flat rate priority supplies from USPS, or you can weigh it and use like the priority envelopes that way. Global shipping. We didn't talk about the global shipping program. That's another benefit of eBay that I love. And I wonder if Posh will ever get something similar for free. You can enroll on eBay in the global shipping program. You can Google global shipping program eBay, and it'll talk you through the steps. I love it. It's no different for the seller on eBay, but the buyer can be an international buyer. Everything applies the same for me. Whatever I'm charging for shipping, whether it's priority or first class, and I just ship it to their global shipping center in Kentucky. So it's all the same for me, but an international buyer can buy my item through the global shipping program. They pay more to eBay for their shipping costs. It has nothing to do with me. Nothing changes for me. I don't make a ton of global sales as a clothing reseller, but I don't know. I don't have any statistic. Every once in a while I make a sale to a customer internationally. My mom made it. I know. She says, I think of the blur as candlelight. You're still beautiful. You're a devoted fan. Grateful, Babette. That's my mom. She's awesome. I'm so sorry. We don't have that problem on Fridays, but for some reason, it's blurry today. Letitia's here. Hello. I'm so glad you made it. Do you have any questions or comments at the end here? Heidi says, I sell a lot of my art to wear clothes to Europe. Yes, and certain brands I use a lot. I seem to sell a lot internationally. Like art to wear lag and look stuff, certain jeans. Like I notice my like diesel jeans, certain designer jeans seem to go global. And then some of the, I'd call like old school designers like Armani or what's the other one? Iskander. Those seem to go international. Her Hands, Gifts and Finds. I love the ease of the global shipping program. That's another awesome thing. Alicia says, I love the global shipping program. Alicia, let us know if you have a date in the comments when you're doing your next YouTube auction. Angie says, okay, thanks. Now I know the video will stay up and I'll go back and watch them at work. Yeah, definitely go back and watch and leave a comment. And I'll say hi in the comments. Okay, let's see. I missed, here it is. Heidi says, did you find the code? So I'm going up and looking for the code. So it's not part of my store. They're like giving it to everybody. Heidi, if you notice, has had some great comments here. She's a really knowledgeable seller, it sounds like. Barbara says, I receive a $10 coupon from Staples every other month, and I use that for shipping supplies. That's awesome. Okay, I already saw that comment. I'm going up. Oh, Barbara says, I'm looking at a Rollo. So Rollo is one of those printers where a regular printer though, not, what is mine? It's a laser, right? It's like I don't have to buy ink. Make sure you get the right size. That's all I can say. I bought the wrong size one. Did you see owners? Did your store owner see the extra shipping? I don't know where it is. I'll go back, Heidi, and I'll look for it after. I often go back and so the video goes by so quick for me, and I know I cannot get to all your comments, and I never want to miss it. So I go back, I watch the video later, I read all the comments, I do my best with that. If you guys have a good question, leave it in the video comments. Then I can respond there, you guys. And then anyone who comes in later has access to your comment and my response. So I really appreciate when you watch my other videos, if you leave a comment on the YouTube video. Sometimes people come over and they ask me the question on Instagram, which is fine. But the problem is then everybody else who comes along later does not get the benefit of your question, your good question and my response. So please leave comments on the YouTube video itself. I just saw another one that I wanted to answer. My reseller Treasure. I don't do free returns. I can't afford it, but I do mostly collectors one-offs. Okay, yeah, totally. Deb says, does everyone offer free returns? Let me look and see what other people had to say about that. I do not offer free returns. In fact, I'm now experimenting for the first time ever, I've said, with not offering free shipping and not offering free returns and returns. Because here's the bottom line. I get so many returns on clothes, no more than anybody else. I think the average for a clothing reseller is like 3% returns, but that really does add up. It really does. When I went to go do my taxes at the end of the year, I was like, I had $824. I think if I remember correctly, I had $30,000 in sales on eBay for 2019 and $800 of returns. That's so much returns. I just can't stand it. And here's the thing. If I make a mistake, if any seller makes a mistake and misses a hole or a stain or doesn't disclose it or something, you need to return that for the buyer. Fantastic, of course. But my returns are all does not fit. Does not fit. Even though I put measurements and pictures in all my listings, for clothing, people return things for does not fit. And it's very expensive if you're offering free shipping and free returns. So I'm experimenting with not doing it. Okay, we're going to finish up in the next few minutes, so let's look. Lori says, I have to not look at the pretty polymer mailers or I will spend too much money for them. I know. I love the pretty polymer mailers, but it doesn't make sense financially in my business. Maybe I'll win some. People are always doing giveaways. I actually bought some poly mailers that are all flowery for a giveaway I hope to do. I keep thinking I'm going to do it, and I haven't gotten to it yet on Instagram. But so I have some really cute flower ones, but I wouldn't buy them for myself. I'd buy them for you guys for a giveaway. Maybe I could do the giveaway on YouTube. How could I do that? Because I want my YouTube people to get the pretty poly mailers. Thank you guys so much for being here. Married Life says, I use cheap tape, but I have heavy duty tape roller, and I think that makes a difference. It never rips. I'm never buying cheap tape again. Heidi says, Duck Easy Start or Scott Sure Start. I want to write that down. Maybe she can Instagram it to me. Oh, I can take a picture. This is what I sometimes do when you guys say really good things. I'm like, because I need to get better tape. I will never buy the cheap tape again. And you know what? The cheap tape, because I got so many rolls, you guys, it lasted forever. It was like, I cannot get rid of that stuff. Thank you, Heidi, for all this awesome stuff. The information you're giving us, I appreciate it. Hunter Ryan, the USPS priority tape is not supposed to be used now to seal packages other than military to base addresses. They will give you some sort of call. Oh, okay. I don't know anything about that. I think she might live on a military base. Okay, guys, let's finish up in just the next few minutes. Be sure to put your posh closets in. Be sure to put any other tips, anything you're doing in the chat, so when people come along later and they watch the video in the chat, they can see. Ooh, okay, so I'm going to take a picture of this too. July 10th, Alicia, she's thinking July 10th. Alicia did like a live auction on YouTube that was really fun. Oh my gosh. Peter says the video on the sound's good now. Yeah, now that we're over an hour and we're finishing up. Oh well. I think a lot of people just listen while they work. They don't need to see me. They can just listen to my big mouth. Extra gift from eBay for store supplies. Good in June only. I better get on that. I'm going to make a note here too to look into that extra supplies. I love the free eBay supplies, and they're so smart because does it benefit eBay? Yes, because all the mailers say eBay all over them. It's like advertising for them, and we get free stuff with our store subscription. I love it. Alicia does not offer free returns. Oh, and Heidi does. I do free returns. Every return has always resold quickly as a buyer. I won't buy clothes I can't return. Totally. So I love that we get to have different perspectives on it. You know, some people, she probably makes more sales, maybe. I don't know, because she has free returns. And here's the thing to keep in mind with eBay returns, you guys. A buyer can always push a return through eBay if they want. The problem that I've had on eBay is that some people will put item not as described, and then eBay will accept it, and you have to pay the shipping. And all they have to do is put something like, item not as described, this can't be a size 6. It doesn't fit me, and I'm always a size 6. Even though I put the measurements in and I've done everything, if a buyer wants to, they can push a return through eBay, and you have to accept it. You don't have any choice. eBay will take it out of your PayPal. If a buyer is determined to get a return, they're going to get their return. So that's just part of the one, you know, there's pros and cons to selling on eBay, and that's one of them. Heidi says, yes, I'm terrible. I'm terrified of items not as described. So you might as well offer it, you know? Okay, guys, I think we'll finish up. Here's Barbara's closet. And Alicia says, I don't spend money on polymers, but I love when I get them in giveaways. I know. I'm going to learn I'll make a note. How do I do a giveaway? Like, how could I do one on with my YouTube friends? Because I want my YouTube friends to get my cute poly mailers with flowers on them. Has anyone have experience with YouTube giveaway? I've done them on Instagram, super easy, but I don't know how we do it on YouTube. I'll look into it. You guys, that was really fun and good. And I really want to appreciate you for all the helpful information, because I'm hoping, guys, people will come back and watch this in the future, and then they have access to all our questions, all your great information. And I'm going to end with Lori's comment because it's so awesome and true, which is, I'd like to encourage anyone who's thinking of selling on eBay to just give it a try. Don't be intimidated. They have a lot of helpful resources on eBay too. Absolutely. I completely agree with you guys. Give it a try. Don't, like I said, don't break the bank. Put some bread and butter items on there. You're going to make a mistake with shipping. Maybe you're going to get a return. It's okay. You'll learn. It's just part of the learning. Allow yourself to learn. And then you have a whole new platform to sell on. You'll probably make more money. You'll probably make more sales. And you and you'll be able to cross post. It'll be great. And if you have any more questions, leave them down in the comments. I will definitely answer. Oh, Barbara says you can do a giveaway by comments. Okay, I'll Google it. Thank you guys for joining me so much. I'll see you on Friday at 5 for our regular live. I have a video coming out tomorrow, Tuesday, on a follow-up what sold from all those ThredUp boxes of mine. A lot of you have been watching me open these ThredUp boxes, and I'm going to follow up on what sold so far. I haven't listed most of it, but of the listed stuff, what is sold. So thanks, guys. Hope you watch that video tomorrow. Talk to you soon. Bye.